So, Om Shanti. My name is Judy Rogers. I live in New York, and I'm a Brahma Kumari here. And today I'm talking with Sister Mohini. We're going to start out with the big question to Sister Mohini, which is, what is true consciousness? What are we talking about when we talk about this subject of consciousness?
Om Shanti. You truly said that these days people are becoming more and more aware, and they want to understand, and they want to know that what kind of consciousness, what is true consciousness, or what is consciousness. Because what has happened that living in the world where everything is so material, everything is physical, people are both ways, either too much in pursuit of material things, material values, or there is so much fear of not getting it. So everyone is caught up into that, but then there are so many emotions, so many fears, so many internal struggles are like increasing more and more. So the search is there, seeking is there, and everyone wants to know that how do I internally make myself very stable, and what kind of consciousness I should maintain. Whether that consciousness is when you are in action, or whether when you are just sitting quietly, or sometimes you want to see things differently, you want to know differently, then it comes to something which is more inner. It's not something to do with sense organs, and that really is what we say consciousness. So consciousness is first actually is becoming aware of my own entity, my own existence, my own self-respect, my own virtues. So when you start becoming of inner being, that it's not just the body, it's not just physical, it's not just actions, but there is something else which is really kind of directing me, or there is some different energy. So I think that when there are situations, people start thinking about that. So consciousness actually is of one's own inner being. When I'm saying inner being, use the word human being. When we say human being, so human is only a form, but being is what is actually anywhere, like animals, birds, they are also beings, but their forms are different. So becoming aware of my own self as a point of light, becoming aware of my own inner self or inner being, and I use the word as soul, the soul in the body. So they are two separate, but soul is in the body now. So we say human being or embodiment, the soul is embodied, it's not separate. So when soul is in the body, that's where I'm able to raise my hand, I'm able to see, I'm able to talk, I'm able to use sense organs because of the soul. So the consciousness actually is becoming aware of my true identity, and that is soul, as point of light, as point of pure energy, my innate qualities of love, peace, happiness. So what happens that there is when you are using these thoughts, then you are becoming aware. Not only that, but that's where it generates your innate qualities, it generates your good qualities, and it helps you to understand that if situation is adverse or if it's of anger, then what kind of consciousness I should maintain at that time. Because consciousness also has deep connection with our thinking. And we know that thoughts create vibrations. And the vibrations can transform, not only at subtle level, but it can also bring some change in others also. So it's very important that I create right consciousness first, because that's where is my strength too. Because if I am not in my true consciousness, then I am confused, I am nervous, there could be fear, uncertainty. But stability really comes is when I am in my true consciousness. And as I explained, that true consciousness is soul consciousness, becoming aware of one's own self, and that's...
Do my thoughts create consciousness, or does my consciousness create my thoughts?
Because there had been body consciousness. There is, everything else is in consciousness, but not of true self. So you will have to, with knowledge, with understanding, create thoughts. And it's through the thoughts, what we call it reawakening or awakening happens. And you start forming consciousness. Because I gave you example that like parents decide that child should be given this name. So we give a child name Nalini or Leela, whichever name we give to the child. Child doesn't know that this is my name. But parents, everyone start calling child by that name. And in the beginning, child won't respond to those words. But after some time, child listens, and after some time, some or other, that name consciousness is created. Now child is becoming conscious of the name. And when it's becoming conscious of name, start responding. And after few years, even if someone has a similar name to you, you will still respond. You're thinking, oh, it is like maybe somebody is calling me. So it has become name conscious. Or it could be nationality. Like I am born in India, so I am Indian. This is my nationality, and those of us who are proud of the nationality. So in the beginning it's not there, but then we keep saying this is what I am. This is the nation I belong to. Or it could be family. So consciousness is not only through the thoughts, but also by listening. When you keep hearing, keep thinking, and then it becomes consciousness. So if you make a list of how many things we have in our consciousness, but only what is missing is consciousness of one's own true self. And when you do that, then even if you are proud of whatever you are, in the sense of nationality or family, but actually your true respect is coming from your true consciousness. So having all other consciousness is physical, but this is the real consciousness, true consciousness. And in this consciousness, actually, not only there is power, but also sometimes we get so stuck into physical awareness, whether of religion or nationality or color or gender. All that is also part of consciousness, that we start operating our thoughts, words, everything is based on those kinds of different part of consciousness. So when there is soul consciousness, then even you are aware of your physical different kinds of awareness is there, but you are not operating based on them, but you are operating based on the awareness of your true being. So that means you will be more loving to everyone, you will be peaceful whenever there are disturbing factors around. So your true self, so it's not only consciousness, then thoughts will come from that consciousness. So as you said, through thoughts we create consciousness, but it's the consciousness then when it's created also help the mind to think properly, guide the intellect properly.
So what if someone wants to change their consciousness? They are feeling worried or anxious or tired, and they really want to develop this kind of elevated consciousness you're talking about. What to do? Where do they start?
So you create the thoughts that I am pure energy, I am a peaceful being, I am a loveful soul, and look at everyone with that consciousness. So when you create these thoughts, then your emotions and feelings will also change, because then whatever thoughts you are creating will create that awareness, and the negative thoughts which are arising out of, whether it's from within or even from situations, circumstances, it will definitely bring some change there. So that's why we say really change of consciousness is very important, or reminding yourself what is true consciousness, because otherwise you become very weak and you are always surrounded by worries, fears, uncertainty. Like that's how we become, and we start all the time thinking that way. But when you are in true consciousness, your thinking will start changing. Even there might be pressure because of the circumstances, situations, but when you keep creating soul consciousness, like one of the part of soul consciousness is about immortality. And so if I am a soul, then I am pure energy. What can happen to me? nothing can happen to me because I am immortal. And so when fears come, then because you have this strength, the power, based on these thoughts and understanding, then they really doesn't bother you much. So change of consciousness can help us to change our thinking, vibrations, create better relationships. So consciousness is very, very important.
Okay. So part of it seems, is understanding certain ideas, like the soul being eternal. Part of it is giving ourselves a certain kind of thought to think. What's the role of meditation?
Meditation is a practice where you are suggesting some thoughts to your own self to contemplate. Because when you are contemplating, you are thinking, then that's the awareness being created. Because some people think meditation is not to think, but meditation is actually to give thoughts to your mind, to meditate on. You always have to meditate on something. So what you're doing is meditating on by creating your innate qualities, and then you go into that experience. So first you have thoughts that I'm loveful, I'm pure energy, I'm peaceful, I'm immortal, and then those thoughts create feelings. And not only feelings, but that's where your mind, your feelings get in touch with your true being. And I think that's what one wants to experience, one's own self, as one is a true being of love and peace.
That's beautiful. So maybe we should just close with a minute or two of meditation. Maybe you could guide us through a very short meditation.
Just very simply, as you are listening and sitting comfortably, only what you have to do is to focus your thoughts and in the center of forehead, make your mind quiet and just start becoming aware of your own true self, your true identity, and create this awareness that I am a being of peace, a point of light, pure energy, eternal and immortal. And just stay in this experience of love and peace. Om Shanti.